Hello, this is Michael Eure, and I'd like to invite you to the Michael Eure Show, featuring student hosts and very special guests talking about a variety of interesting topics. You can find us on the Eagle Stream YouTube channel. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Michael Eure Show. And today we have our very special guest, Lynette Barber, who's going to transform to Mahalia Jackson and many other folks as we move along. And we also have representatives from the Elizabeth City State University Marching Band, Clarence Goss Jr., and also Professor Stephan Naylor. He's getting me straight on his name. So right now, we're going to all go back and, well, we're not all going back. Stephan and I are going backstage. Clarence and Lynette are going to stay up front. And I want y'all to talk about your history of being in marching bands when you were in high school and how that transformed into college. And we've been talking, so I know this. That's why I'm telling the audience. But Lynette is a great singer, but she didn't know she could sing until she was in her late 20s. And Clarence is a great graphic designer. He didn't know that that was his talent. He thought he was going to Elizabeth City on a marching band scholarship. Seems like he kept that scholarship and became a graphic designer and videographer. So right now, Michael, me, and Naylor are going back, and I'm going to let Lynette and Clarence talk.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Lynette. Again, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So Michael's put it on the spot. So I'll let you go first. Ladies first. And you can explain.
Okay. Well, we've just discovered that both of them are small eastern towns. Yeah. And I guess we both thought our path was one way and found out, or both thought we had one talent and found out we had other talents. Yes. We're blessed with more than one talent. Coming up, when I grew up, I never knew I could sing, never knew any of that. And I was almost 29, almost 30 before I found out that I could hit any note. But I was in the marching band and played saxophone and enjoyed doing that type of thing.
And the same with me. I grew up in a very musical family. When I say musical, my grandmother was a church musician. My father sang. My grandmother had 12 children, so all of them were in basically the choir in the church, and so she played for them in different churches. So all those grandkids, and we always joke about this. The first generation, my father's generation, grew up as most of them can sing. My father can sing; they all sing. That second generation, which was my generation, we were more musical. I think we took more of my grandmother, so we all played. Most of us played instruments or whatever. So I was in the marching band in high school. Well, from 5th grade to high school, and came to Elizabeth City on a marching band scholarship, a music scholarship, thinking I'm going to follow in the family business, which was music, as a music industry studies major. Elizabeth City at the time had a music industry studies major. And I said, that's what I want to be. I want to be the next Quincy Jones or P. Diddy at the time. And so I came here on that scholarship and realized that, like you said, I had another passion. I always had a sketchbook under my arm, went to music class and never had my music prepared. But it had sketches of stuff. So my professor saw at the time, and this is one of the great things about being a small university, he was able to see a passion in me that I didn't know, and he pushed me towards the arts. And like I said, the rest is history. 20 years later, now been doing graphic design. So I think it's about discovering that inner talent that a lot of times we don't see, the others see in us. So, and again, like you said, both come from small towns. Sometimes we don't often get the opportunity to see that, to have that push out of us.
That's right. Yeah. And I've always done acting since a child. Loved acting, would do acting. But as far as singing a note, no, because I thought like when I would go to church, they would sing so much higher than I would sing. I just had chorus, so I never was in the chorus in school. I was in the children's choir, but I never was anyone that they looked at that could sing. You know, anybody get up in the children's choir, but
been there. Yeah.
But then later in life, I just kind of fell upon it. Always still continued to do the theater, but kind of fell upon the singing. It was almost like a mistake that someone heard. And I remember this girl asked me, well, you can probably sing because of your speaking voice. And I said, one has nothing to do with the other. And I just thought she was crazy for saying that. But hey, I'm blessed to have learned of this gift, and that I get to do two things in life that I really like to do. I get to teach special needs students, and I get to, my other therapy is I get to sing.
Okay. That's awesome. And just getting to share that talent with others is very exciting. You know, and I think that's one of the great things that I've been able to tap into, being able to share my gift with others. Like I said, I grew up in the church choir because it was almost mandatory, and I think sometimes I hated being in church choir, children's choir. I don't want to sing. I don't want to sing, but you know, I wanted to be on the usher board, believe it or not. But I was able to. My father pushed me into it, and I eventually wound up playing trumpet. I played trumpet in the band, and my brother played saxophone. My sister played clarinet. So we, my brother and I wound up playing in the church choir. So it's that transition, and so like I said, it was just music, but still tapping into that the other talent that you didn't think that was there, and be able to show it. Because I think back in the '90s, and I knew I could draw, but not as good as the other guy. Because I had friends who were drawing portraits, and that wasn't my thing, but I was good with lettering. And now I found out in graffiti. So I made a little side hustle in school, drawing letters on people's pants. Back in the day when people had the denim jackets, I would draw their cartoon characters on their pants and jackets, and decorated cars, lettering our nicknames on our cars with my friends and all. So I knew it was there, but never knew there was a feel for it. There was actually, because of the small town, never knew that you could make money doing this for a living. And I think that was the biggest thing that was a hindrance for me in getting into art, because, and I told my professor, I said, you know, you can't make a living. I don't know a rich artist, you know, you can't make a living at this. And it's like, so when he directed me to the art department, it was like, yes, you can make a living at this, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. And but still, music was that part of me that I tied that music and art always together. You know, a lot of my early drawings, I still have a few of them. I look back, they were either of songs that I knew, rap songs, or artists. You know, I was drawing NWA, or I was drawing Big Daddy Kane, or this the thing. So, you know, music and art always went together and was still a part of me. I'm at Elizabeth City now, and the first thing when I got back to this campus, I reached out to the Bay and said, "Hey, can I help you all with photography and videography?" It's like, yeah. So it's in your blood, and like I say, with you, it's in you. So it's something you just got to share with the world, and you want to get it out. So
Yeah.
You know, and I'm looking forward to you singing. I think we found out we have mutual friends or family members. You actually have a brother,
right?
Yes. Marcus, who
with Elizabeth City State. That's
who
right.
was Elizabeth City State. And here's another part of me, again, trying to figure out my path in life. I was when I went for music, because I'm still thinking about that future, I was a physical education major. So that's actually how I met Marcus. I was an art and physical education major. So Marcus and I was in the department together, and we all was in school together. You know, so a great guy and everything. So still kind of full circle, that whole small town connection and everything. Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, this being June, Black Music Month, and it's, you know, I've thought about all the different types of music, and even when it comes to the marching band, I know people are going to miss not seeing the marching band, you know, as they normally would at the homecomings and all of that, because marching band gets people going. You know, some people go to the game just to see the marching band.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah.
So,
one of the things is the game doesn't start till halftime. So, you know, that's cool. And I think, you know, with this being Black music, it's always been one of my favorite months. I know back in the day, I don't know what's happening. The Madonnas used to have this Black History Month, Black Music Month thing that campaign they used to do during Music Month, used to do in June. And I think, like we said, both our roots started in the church, you know, and, you know, our beginning started in church choirs, and also Black music. And you look at a lot of musicians and how they got started in the church.
right.
You know, Black music is just, to me, I say it's the soundtrack of America. I mean, you look at a lot of things that happen in the United States, and there's somewhere or another, there's some type of African American musician or song that is a thread through it all. I think we mentioned it in one of our earliest conversations. Everything that's going on, there's some type of I think we're probably somewhere about the different generations, but when you look at the protests and everything going on, there was a song that came out at that time that people rallied around.
Music has been soothing to us, to our history. Black music has always helped us get through everything, from the beginning of time, before slavery, but as slavery, people would sing in order to deal with what was going on after slavery. We talked about yesterday the subliminal songs that the workers would sing while on the boat, and then even today, is civil rights. We've always used music, and not even just for civil, but even for sickness, for celebration. Music gets us going.
Yeah, it's essential. I mean, it's essential to the soul. It's just what keeps us. It keeps us going. Like I said, a lot of my artwork, even in the early stages, was based off music that I heard. That I'm listening to at the time. Whatever's playing through my radio, I'm sketching towards that. Being in the band, a lot of one reason why my professor pushed me out of, because I'm sitting in band class or my class and I'm sketching. So it keeps us as a people. I would say beyond races. As just human beings, it's just what connects us all together.
All right, I'm back, y'all. Me and Professor Naylor, but Lynette and Clarence, y'all are having such a great conversation. Yeah. So I want to ask, do you want to do one selection now, Lynette, or do you want to wait? Are you ready now?
Oh, okay. That's just on the spot.
Are you ready? Okay, because if you're ready, we're ready.
Well, what I'll do is just do a little pieces of different types of songs, since it's Black History Month and we're talking about all different types of music, and I love all types of music, and I'm blessed that I get opportunities to sing different genres of music. And so when we think about jazz, one of my favorite jazz artists is the Dakota Staten. And one of the songs that I love to hear her sing, and I meant to have that album to show you, is Candy. Candy, I call my sugar candy, 'cause I'm sweet on candy, and candy's sweet on me. He understands me, my understanding candy, and candy's always dandy when I need sympathy. So that's Candy. That's jazz. Jazz makes you bop a little bit. But then if you R&B, there are some of us that love our R&B. We got to hear our R&B. And one of my favorite for R&B is always going to be, people will probably already know, they probably already put it in the chat, is probably who? Shaka Khan. And, that Sweet Thing. That's one of my favorites. I would love you anyway, even if you cannot stay. Baby, you're the one for me. Now here is where you want to be. I just want to satisfy, though you're not mine, I can't deny it. Don't you hear me talking, baby? Love me now or I'll go crazy and whoa, sweet thing. So I love all kinds of music. I love blues, because blues does a little something for you too. One of my favorite for blues is Big May Bale, but then today would be Shamika Copeland. The song just went right out my head. They call it Stormy Monday. Wow, wow, wow. Tuesdays just as bad. Oh, they call it Stormy Monday. Oh, Tuesdays just as bad. But I like that Etta James too, because that Rather Go Blind. Ooh, that does something for me. At last, all of that. But And then there's always gospel. Gospel is what has helped keep us glued and brings us back, So at the end of the show, I'm going to do Mahalia Jackson in costume. So we'll get to do a little bit of gospel.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And we look forward to that performance as well. And we're getting ready to check out the Elizabeth City State University Vikings and their marching band. And let's see what Professor Naylor has whipped up with them. Thank you, Lynette, and thank you, Clarence. I think we're supposed to be looking at a clip right now, but it's not showing, but it's coming. Wow. Okay.
Oh, come on, you know we had to hit you with classic before we let you go.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So that was some of the arrangement, I guess, that you helped do. Stephan, tell us about that process. How did you go about arranging the music for the band?
Well, it's I get together with Miss Boykins. She's the head director of the band. Shout out to Juliette Boykins. And I get together with her and my drum major coordinator and my dance coordinator and flag coordinator. And we kind of get together and they kind of give me ideas of what songs that they may want to do and things like that. And I take it back and I listen to it. And really, technically, it's a little bit of transcribing, which means directly putting down exactly what I hear from the record on paper, along with a little bit of arranging, because a lot of times I have to switch stuff around. Like certain things will sound good on like keyboards and synthesizers, but may not sound good on an instrument or things like that. So I would do that. I sit down. I have a music notation software called Finale. I go sit at my computer and I just listen, put the headphones on, listen to the record, and I write what I hear, and then I go back and I arrange it to where it'll fit the band that I have, because not everything, you can't really play everything for every band. So you kind of gotta know who you have, know who your band is, and what they're able to do, know their capabilities, strengths, and weaknesses, and then you try to write to that.
All right, and we're gonna do some up tempo in a little bit, but tell us about the drum majors and the flag girls and all of the dancing and movement within the band. How do they have to conform to your music, or do you make your music, as you just said, fit them because of their skills?
Right. Me, really, I usually just listen to the coordinator ideas. Because normally the coordinator and the captains are the ones, especially for auxiliary like flags and color guard and dancers. They're the ones who are with them all the time, so they know exactly what songs will be good for them to dance to, what songs may be popular for them to dance to, and what they're able to do. So I kind of take their word a little bit serious. I kind of take their word seriously because they're rehearsing and practicing with them all the time. So they kind of just give me, I go and ask them, all right, so listen, what songs we doing for this week? What you want to do this week? What we got going on? What's your three or four options? And let me listen to them. Now, when I go back and listen to the songs, what I'm listening for is one, music. Is there enough music in the actual recording that I can pull out and put to the band? Two, is it a relatable song? Is it popular? Because the first thing we have to remember as a marching band, we are entertainers. So I try to make sure that I'm writing music that the crowd can relate to. There's no better feeling in the world than for an arranger to write a piece of music and play it on the field, and then you turn around and look in the stands, and the whole crowd is singing along with it. You know, there's no greater feeling in the world, because that lets me know, one, I did a great job at relating the song to the people. Two, it lets me know that what I've written down, people actually can understand and comprehend what's coming out their instruments. Because you want, when you do things, you want people to understand exactly what you're doing. If not, then it's just almost kind of pointless, because it's just going over people's heads, you know. So I listen to them. They let me know. They give me options of songs they want to do, and I go listen to them. And you know, is it relatable? Is it fun? Is it energetic? Does it fit the? Is it a theme? Does it fit the theme of what we're doing? Does it fit the placement? Is it good placement in the show? As far as like crowd, because you know, music, like Lynette said, music controls emotions, and even in the marching band realm, I'm kind of planning my shows, and I'm planning my shows to where I want to take the people. Do I want to take them up here or bring them back down in this section, or is it an even flow, or is it up and down and things like that? So you kind of thinking about a lot of that stuff, and I usually think about the two main things I think about is my band. What kind of band I have that can play the music, and two, my audience. If this is something that my audience can relate to, are they going to automatically pick up to? Because if you're an entertainer, you don't want nobody just sitting there. You know.
Well, we get ready to see what you really do with your homecoming, because it's nothing like HBCU homecoming. Yeah. And thanks to the Raleigh Wake Durham Alumni Chapter of Elizabeth City State for inviting Wake Tech students to your winter homecoming, which I went, and it was spectacular. We got to see your band perform, and it was just wonderful. And a lot of students from Wake Tech are very interested in Elizabeth City State. And I'm really thinking that we're going to do a lot more shows with Elizabeth City for different things, because of your aviation program and your engineering program, as well as your music and visual arts programs. But a lot of people, Elizabeth City is one of North Carolina's best kept secrets, but we're going to make sure that we let that secret out the bag.
Oh yeah.
But we're going to thank you, Paul, Norman, and some of your alumni have commented, and I know that y'all are looking, and I just want to make sure you know we thank you for that, and we do plan on coming back. And we're going to do some virtual things. And Professor Naylor and I talked about doing something with aviation. And one of our previous guests, Tom Brown, is an international jazz trumpeter, but he's also a airline pilot. So we're going to try to do some things that connect the music and the aviation program in the future. But right now, at our background, Sarah, she's doing all of our audio visual. Can you bring us up to the homecoming of Elizabeth City State? And so we can check out how they really do it in Viking land. Thank you.
Come to the field, you get pretty proud of the star visual. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Viking pride.
For y'all in the audience, you got to go check out those Vikings. They're gonna give you a good time, for sure.
every single time.
As Lynette says, the music moves us. And we're getting ready to right now. Let me get some comments maybe from Lynette and Clarence. Y'all are, what do y'all think about that performance that just went by?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I've always enjoyed going to HBCUs and watching the bands. I went uptown at ECSU, but I'm also a graduate of North Carolina Central and St. Augustine's College, so I'm into the HBCUs.
Wonderful. And you just got a great compliment from FAMU. One of my coworkers, they said they're giving credit where it's due.
Oh, wow.
How's that?
Wow. That is a big compliment. Thanks.
Viking pride.
That's right, Jay.
So you put that together.
Yes, sir.
Naylor. For homecoming, did you think about alumni and all of that when you did it? Or because you have the alumni marching in the band, I didn't put that clip in, but they're part of the homecoming part of the band.
During the first beginning of it, yes.
Yeah. Alumni are always in mind whenever I do, especially homecoming shows, because like I said, relatability, making sure that I can relate to my audience. That show was a little bit more, I would say that was for your young alumni. But we do have some past shows where we did some Lenny Williams, Because I Love You. Yeah. Remember that we did that, Goss?
I do.
And
that just
that's probably
well, I'm gonna tell you, when the pandemic is over, we're gonna try to make sure we invite the Elizabeth City State University marching band to perform at Wake Tech. And we have several campuses. We might want to put you on tour to go throughout Wake County. And I know we love you at the Northern Wake campus.
Oh yeah, we can handle it. And, it'll be great exposure. I'm always down for traveling and getting out and taking the band and exposing people to a lot of different things, especially because of my experiences and background, being born in Chicago and then moving to DC for college at Howard University and staying in DC up until 17. Then I came here. So all of those experiences that I've received just being in different places, my mother being from Louisiana, so I have a lot of experience down there. I want to try to give that. I always try to give that back to my students because the experiences has always been the greatest teacher in my life. Being able to go and do things. I tell people laugh at me every time, but I tell them, listen, when I would go to Louisiana in the summertime, I was outside picking peas because she had a pea patch. I was outside picking peas, thumbs turning green and everything. And then I had to shell them by hand, It was only one pea sheller. It was only one pea sheller down the road,
Okay.
So I'm in there shelling peas and picking peas and stuff like that. So those type of experiences gave me a great appreciation for a lot of different things. My grandfather was a band director, musician. So in the household, I was playing instruments and stuff in the household. So all those experiences and stuff that I received, that I was afforded, I definitely try my best to give that back to the students. So anytime we get a chance to travel somewhere, go somewhere, if we have the funds or we can work out something, I'm always down to go and ready to go, really.
And as I stated, we're gonna try to have some virtual workshops with all of you that are our guests today, as well as our previous guests for Black Music Month. And the theme for the month of July for the Michael Eure Show is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So we will probably bring Elizabeth City State back in a different context. Okay. But don't think that this is the last time you're gonna be on the show. Y'all will be back.
Listen, I'm ready.
I really, really do think that we're moving forward in a lot of ways. And also, Elizabeth City is the North Carolina Promise School, and your tuition is only $500 a semester, and people need to know that as well. It's a great opportunity. And one of our people that I know chatted a message. They planning on going in the fall, and they work at Wake Tech, and they are going online for your business program. So you have some online, and you also have some on-campus programs, and I just want this secret to be let out the bag. So that's my job right now today. Yeah. Don't let that be forgotten. And I didn't put the website up for Elizabeth City State University. It's ecsu.edu. Yes. I'm sorry, I neglected to do that. So if you want to check out the band, you can do that. Would you all like to give out your phone numbers, emails, if anybody is interested in being part of the band?
Sure, you can contact me at SM Naylor, SMNAYLOR at ecsu.edu. My telephone number is 252-335-3659. I can be contacted there, but my email is probably the best place to catch me. You can contact Mrs. Boykins. She's the head director of bands, J.M. Boykins, JMBOYKINS at ecsu.edu. Her telephone number is 252-335-3658. And then you can reach me out on all social media platforms: Facebook, Stephan Truck Naylor, Instagram, Instagram Truck Diesel 18, Twitter, Stephan Truck. So any of those platforms, you can reach me on any of those, and I'll definitely respond.
Yeah, and the same thing with the band. The band is on all the social media platforms. We're on Facebook. It's Sounder Class. So if you go to Facebook, we're at Sounder Class. Instagram, we're at Sounder Class. YouTube, we're at Sounder Class. So if you go to any one of those, and Twitter, we're at Sounder Class. So if you go to any one of those, you can see the band, see more footage that you've seen now. You can actually contact us. We've had several students who reached out to us who were in high school and middle school, say, hey, I want to be in the band. Through DM and Instagram, we'll put them in contact with Professor Naylor or Ms. Boykins. So if you're out there and you see our footage on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, set us up and we'll be in contact.
And footnote, you don't have to be a music major to be in the band.
You do not. Hey, I'm living witness. I thought you had to be, and went in there and said, no, you don't have to be. I switched to art and kept my scholarship. And as long as I did what I was supposed to do to keep my scholarship, was perform and practice. I was able to be in the band.
And that's one thing I want a lot of people to really understand. You do not have to be a music major to be in a band. You don't even have to be a music major to get band scholarship. You just have to participate. If you think of a lot of marching bands, I can guarantee you 85 to 90% of the band is probably non-music majors. So we invite, if you play an instrument, if you beat a drum, if you put a mouthpiece to your lips and you get some notes out, you can play some scales. Come, we taking any and everybody, because one of the things that we believe in is that if I can get you into the school, I can build you. I can build you from there. You know what I'm saying? I can give you all the necessary tools and instruction you need to become a better player. Once you get there, I just got to get you there. So anybody that's a graduating senior, please do not hesitate to contact and come out. Scholarship opportunities is there. And there's no reason you have an instrument in your hand that's going to pay for you to go to college. So there's no reason not to,
And the same can be said about same thing can be said about voice too. We also often a dynamic choir under Dr. Walter Swan, jazz band. So if you can sing, no matter of age, whatever, if you're finding out, hey, I can hold a tune, then definitely come and check out our choir. Any of our visual performing arts programs, like Professor Naylor, we don't believe we'll take you where you are and build you where you need to be. So
Y'all just trying to make it too good, but I'll make you stop because we know we got to end our show, and we're going to end with Lynette Barber. But I also want to say for the month of July, I want you to do some homework. Check out the Second Moral Act and the twin colleges of North Carolina, and there's only 2 twins, right? And one of them is Elizabeth City State University. So you need to find out who your twin school is. And there is no other school in the state of North Carolina other than Elizabeth City and that school that are twins. So we're going to talk about that in July. And now I'm going to turn it over to Lynette if you want to give out some information, and then we're going to let you give us some Mahalia Jackson, and we'll see you all next month on the Michael Eure Show. Okay?
Awesome.
Thank you all for participating.
All right. Well, Michael, thank you for giving me the opportunity to do Mahalia today. But I also do Sojourner Truth in costume. I also do Harriet Tubman, and then other folks, as I am hired to do. I will do the history and do the and come as those people that you may need. Today, I'm going to do a little bit of Mahalia Jackson. We were talking about, in light of everything that's going on, Black Lives Matter, Black Music Month, and someone mentioned the movie Selma, and how Martin Luther King asked for her to called her and asked her to sing the song, and it was Precious Lord. So we're going to do a little bit of that. Just with everything that's going on, because, we do want someone, Lord, to hold our hand. So I'm going to see, can I jump up from here? I need some wind for this one. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn, but through the storm and through the night, lead me on through the night. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. Thank you. My information is Lynette Barber. That's LYNNETTEBARBER 6113 at gmail.com. And my number is 919-673-6392. And I thank you. I do all types of performances. Would be glad to come somewhere near you.
Thank you, Lynette.
You're welcome.
And as I said, we're going to have all of you back again. I think we're going to do a clip. Hello. Okay. I know we were supposed to do a clip for you. Thank you.
Okay. This is the Sojourner Truth. Okay.
Audio visual can be a problem. I guess we there we go.
Through it all, God brought me through. Somehow I made it, y'all. Yes, sir. Somehow I made it. How y'all doing out there today? All right. Now I heard that you want to hear a little bit about me, old Sojourner
truth. Now, I was born 1797, and I was given the name Isabella Hartenberg. Now, do I look like a Hartenberg? No.
I got to remember to unmute my mic. All right.
Awesome.
So everything is good. I think we're going to a very end. And once again, thank everybody for participating. And I will be asking you back, and you probably will get to visit various campuses of Wake Tech. And if not physically, virtually, we're going to get back together again in the fall and spring, and hopefully years coming up. And these are our students from, some of the students from Wake Tech that went to Elizabeth City States and went to homecoming. Right. And we took a picture. And on the far left is Akeem McAllister, who is a professor at Wake Tech, and he's a graduate of Elizabeth City State University. So he helped move that program along. And there I am. All right. And there were some other students there, and believe me, they loved it there. Y'all are the harbor of hospitality, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. And I love me some food in that cafeteria that day. I was back for that chicken. It was good. And anybody, y'all can make your closing statements, and then we're out. And we'll see y'all next time.
Well, somebody just put, I just read the top part. I didn't get a chance to read the second line. Why did you ever think you couldn't sing? Thank you very much for that. I just didn't have a clue. Did not sing coming up as a child until I was almost 30. My dad died the day before my 27th birthday, and he never heard me sing. He would have been a super nice Joe Jackson. He would have had me everywhere singing, but it just wasn't time. I'm glad to have it now.
Closing word, like I said, music is a huge part of everybody, and it connects us all. And I think the common thread here is just when you have that passion or that love in you, to express it. And sometimes people will see things in you, see greater things than you actually see in yourself, and you just have to release that into the world. Don't be afraid to share it with everybody. So thank you for having us on, and Viking Pride, and I hope to continue this connection in the future.
You have a lot of Vikings out here.
And you got a big shout out from Dr. Carlos McCormick, who is also
another classmate
at Wake Tech, and he's a Viking as well.
Another classmate.
He enjoyed it. Oh, you know him? Okay.
Yes, we went to radio. Another thing, I worked in the radio, WRVS 89.9. He was a huge personality there, so I worked at a radio station my senior. So, music, like I said, music been through me. So yeah, Carlos, we came in together. So.
Well, you got a lot of Vikings in Raleigh, so we're going to make sure that this connection is not just a loose thing. It's going to be a very tight thing, and we're going to do it continuously. So thank you all again for participating. Stephan?
I just thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to come in and speak about the band and things like that, and I like doing stuff like this, So anytime you ever want me, I'm always ready, in front of the camera, ready to go. And if I had to leave anything with everybody, I would definitely say my mentor said this to me one day, and it stuck with me forever, and it's going to stick with me. Nothing is ever hard; it's just unfamiliar. Nothing is ever hard; it's just unfamiliar. So if you just change your perspective on a lot of stuff, it'll become easier for you. But nothing is ever hard; it's just unfamiliar. That's all.
And that closing picture that you just saw was of Tony Lassiter and Mike and the Raleigh Wake chapter at the Winter Homecoming, and all of the people they brought from not just Wake Tech, but area high schools in Raleigh and Durham. We had a great time. We're looking forward to coming back again. And maybe we'll make a football game if y'all gonna have football games. It might not be this year, but
yeah, man.
It's looking rough.
yeah, everybody. But
they stick out there.
Yeah, man. We're gonna do social distancing if we go. Even for the tailgate.
You're gonna see me up there in the astronaut suit, directing the band. I'm not catching that.
All right. Well, we went a little over, but it's really worthwhile. So, and this is going to be on YouTube for the audience. If any of your friends have not seen it, they can check it out starting this evening. and we might make a few edits, but I was very pleased. I think it went very well. So again, thank everybody for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mike.